Today, I'm going to build the last 3 Lego minifigure habitat for the CMF Series 27, and we can see the full series of habitat complete. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you read my article on Brick Nerd not long ago, you know that the last 3 habitats I need to make are for the costume fence minifigure. These are not all technically costume fans, so we have the pterodactyl and the hamster costume fan. The boogeyman is not a costume, but I put it together in the same category. Once again, thanks to the Lego group that sent this minifigure for review on behalf of Brick Nerd. But let's start right away from the boogeyman. That I think was the one a little bit easier to build than in this category, in these 3 minifigures. So here I have a base in 10, and for the wall, I decided to go with this sort of light yellow. Now, because I don't have many parts in that category, I had to go and build a little bit differently. So you can see, for example, here I have an arch piece. I'm going to cover it up later, but I'm using these arch pieces because I don't have enough bricks to fill up the whole wall of this habitat. Over here, my idea was to have a window, but again, I was out of the right pieces. So what I have over here is these 2 sort of big arch pieces that I put back to back. So I turn the window idea into a door. Over here, you can see I built a little bit sideways so that I can add a little bit of decoration on the wall, as well as this sort of, I think this is Harry Potter printed part, I think, they come from some Harry Potter set, I don't know exactly which one. So over here, for example, you can see also some bricks sticking out, again, because I didn't have the right parts in this color, and same for this detail over here is actually because I didn't have any more 1 by 1 in this yellow. But at the end of the day, everything come together, and I'm gonna close up all the gaps. I'm gonna extend a little bit the base at the back, like so, and over here I'm gonna add a door. So I have this nice door that usually is some sort of like a more medieval kind of door, but of course it's a very bright color, so I decided this would fit well for this little girl room. So this is the minifigure that I'm using. I think I haven't built an habitat for this one yet, but I'm gonna use for this scene that I want to recreate. There's a little bit of light coming through there, so I'm gonna add another one of these tall bricks. I have quite a lot of those, but of course you cannot do much details with the tall bricks. So here the door is done. Here I'm gonna add a bedside table. So here I have a very simple build. I created a sort of small lamp, and then I added a pink cup which kind of match the color of the minifigure. Over here I'm gonna build the back side of the bed, to which I added a container and one of those big Lego teddy bears, and here I can add one airbrush. Now over here I have a brick built bed. Initially I was thinking about using this kind of slopes to have the minifigure kind of in the bed, but it's a little bit too big for the legs of a small minifigure, so I switched it to red because these are the parts I have available. This is a pretty solid structure, and it's gonna connect over here. Now, because I built it this way, instead of having the minifigure going completely into the bed, we just need to remove the legs of the minifigure. And my idea is to have this character actually reading this book about the boogeyman. So you can say here on the cover it says Boo, and then we have a little bit of printed story on the inside. So basically this kid is reading this sort of scary story in the bed. I'm gonna add a little bit more color over here. So here I have a bag and an umbrella, just to call a little bit on the color scheme of the minifigure. I think this place probably I could have added some other sticker, but I didn't have the modified parts to add anything there. So this is how the habitat look, and the boogeyman is just gonna be coming in from the door while the kid is reading the book. So this I think is a pretty well done habitat. Maybe the favorite of the 3 that I'm gonna show you today, and the one that I had a clearer idea about what to build. Now the next one was probably the most challenging one, which was the hamster. So what I decided to do is create a base. I have a little bit of loose bricks here to create the soil in the sort of environment where this hamster is living. And this is the color scheme I choose at the back side. I have some lime nougat and I have some white. Now, of course, here now that I'm on camera, I'm messing it up a bit. I have here this fence piece that I'm gonna use as a sort of ladder, as some steps to access the house of the hamster. And over here, I'm gonna build a little platform to then access with this gate into the inside. On the back, same color scheme, but before we are gonna add this one, I'm gonna give a little bit of color. I just need to move some of this. I'm gonna add these plants over here at the back. They give a little bit of color, and I'm using this sort of sword piece that I pick up with some Bricklink order. Interesting part usage over there, and this is gonna be like this. Now, if you look at my members video, I'm gonna show you a snippet here. I actually had 3 different versions of this habitat with different color scheme. I have a smaller wheel first and a bigger wheel later. Color scheme changed 3 times. I'm still not 100% sold on this, but this is the final result. Of course, I will link the script in the description of my membership program in case you want to go and check it out to have early behind the scenes. I have status update for the basic tier of membership, and I have a vlog video, weekly vlog video for the Dreamers members where they can see a little bit of behind the scene of the building process. Anyway, here on top, I added this sort of cover to the entrance, again using these door pieces, these old style kind of door pieces. Over here, I have a stud to which I'm gonna add a bag with the cucumber pieces that come together with the minifigure. And this is the same one that I use in the cat lover habitat. That is gonna be, I don't know, some water container over there for the hamster. And this is the wheel that I created. The color scheme not match, but at least there is a little bit of contrast. Here I added one piece to which I can connect the hamster inside. I had a smaller version, as I said, but I prefer this one because the minifigure can actually fit inside of it. And this is the only round fences that I have, is only in this color, so I really didn't have any other choice. Over here you can see I have a Technic pin so that I can connect this. And this can actually spin because that pin doesn't have the friction. So it's actually working. And at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy. It looks kind of okay, even though it was quite difficult to find the idea for this one. Another one that I thought would be very difficult is this one, this dinosaur costume. At the end of the day, I found a very easy solution, and this is the bait that I have available here. If you build the Lego modulars, you might recognize this as the floor of the National History Museum. I don't have the set, but I went to look at the images and I try to follow the same color scheme that the museum has. So you can see here, there's a little bit of color. I follow the color I saw on the building instructions, and then in turn into this olive green on the top. You can see here, again, some of the parts are a bit weird, again, because I don't have all the right number of bricks that I needed. So I just create the bricks with plates and tiles in order to have enough to fill up this area on the top. So on the sides, I'm gonna have a couple of displays. So I'm gonna have this one over here and another one here with the micro scale dinosaur that I use multiple times in my builds. And I think the one that was most interesting one was the Jurassic Park micro scale habitat with the kitchen scene. That was pretty fun. So I like to use those. So we have some sort of display on how the dinosaur look. Over here, I'm gonna add a map that could be, I don't know, a map where a dinosaur fossil have been found. Here I have a sort of, I don't know, kind of planet, moon kind of thing. That's a sticker that comes from the Galileo Galilei set. And then over here, I copy kind of, it's slightly different, but I copy the design of the fossil that is in the modular. So this is gonna connect like so, 1 and 2. I don't remember exactly what's the height that I put. This probably should go a little bit lower, I guess, but let's just leave it like this. So this is on top of that display. At the front, I'm gonna add the pterodactyl costume like so. And then we have a big gap here on top to cover. So I decided to create a sort of flying dinosaur skeleton with the smallest amount of parts I could do. Here we have a big bone going through, a lot of different clips over here, a couple of sort of winged pieces. And here I'm just going to connect it over there to that headlight brick. I'm just going to rotate it a little bit. I have another black part coming off there, but it's not actually functioning. It just gives the impression that this dinosaur is being held in position from two sides, and that's about it. So this is what I created for the last 3 minifigure of the series. But now, of course, it's time to see how the minifigure looks all together. So here you can see all the 12 minifigure habitats that I built. Once you put them together, I think sometimes with these habitats, they look a little bit messy. It looks a lot nicer when they were all in the same theme, like the space or the D&D. And I didn't do a full pyramid just to keep them in the shot, so I make a sort of long display instead of a stack in a pyramid style. Let me know what you think about this. If you like my video, please consider to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share. Down in the description below, you can find my membership and some affiliate links also, as always, to support the channel. And now I want to know from you if I should try to build for this series of minifigure a sort of display like I did for the series 25 in this video that you can see over here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.